What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, okay, making their debut on the channel tonight, we have the Wallflowers. Yes, indeed. How about that? The Wallflowers making their debut on the channel. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbidi-bobbidi bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from JFK, and this is actually one of JFK's 3 prioritized requests for the month of April for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, JFK. Hope you enjoy the show, man. JFK want to see me react to this. It is the Wallflowers and Bruce Springsteen. Yes, there's the rub. They're going to be performing a tune called One Headlight. Now, have I heard the song before? I don't know. I might have. It's possible. I know the Wallflowers had a couple of hits, and they were in very heavy rotation on the radio and MTV and VH1 and everywhere else that played music. This may be one of those songs. I'm not 100% sure. So, it is a possibility. But here's the thing, though. It's, from what I understand, it is a live performance, and they got Bruce Springsteen on stage with them. So, here's the deal. If I have heard the song before, I will let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm going to be honest with you guys. But even if I have heard it, I can still do a reaction to the live performance, okay? So, no matter what, we're going to have a reaction. So, it just may not, it may be for the song, or it may be for the live performance. Or it may be for the song and the live performance. Or it may just be for the live performance on its own. I don't know. We're going to kind of play this one by ear. Let's see. This was posted by Michael O'Brady. Michael O'Brady? B-R-A-D-A-I-G-H? Sure, why not? We'll go with that. Michael O'Brady. And the video has 340,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Now here it says Wallflowers. I thought it was the Wallflowers. Is it? Is it Wallflowers? Is that it? Or is it the Wallflowers? I was always under the impression it was the Wallflowers, so I'm not sure now. Anyway, Wallflowers and Bruce Springsteen, One Headlight. Cool. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Wallflowers with Bruce Springsteen. Come on.
Houston, we have a problem.
I've heard the song. I've heard it. Wasn't sure at first. It wasn't until the keyboard player came in and I heard that. I was like, oh, there it is. There it is. I recognize that. Okay, so I have heard the song before, so I can't take the songwriting into account here, unfortunately, guys. It's not going to be... If I did that, I'd be lying to you and I wouldn't be doing an honest reaction. So I can still do a reaction to the live performance. I can still do a reaction to them performing with Bruce Springsteen. I can still do that. But the song, unfortunately, the song is going to be a non-factor. I will take how well they play the song into account, slightly, but unfortunately, that's all I can do. So, anyway, let's keep going here.
So long ago, I don't remember when. That's when they say I lost my only friend. They said she died easy of a broken heart disease. As I listened to the song and to the trees. Well, I see the sun coming up at the funeral at dawn. The long broken arm of human law. Now it always seemed like such a waste. She always had a pretty face. I wondered if she hung around this place. Hey, come on, try a little. Nothing is forever. It's got to be something better than in the middle. Me and Cinderella put it all together. We can drive it home. The one headlight.
Credit to Bruce there. I didn't think Bruce was going to be doing that high harmony part, but he nailed it. I don't think I've ever heard him get that high before. That was something. That was something, and he did it well. It did sound ever so slightly strained, like he was kind of having to work to get up there, but he got it, and it sounded good. So I'm a little shocked by that, but hey, kudos to him for pulling that off. What if they're gonna give him a verse? Come on, it's Bruce Springsteen. Give him a verse. Yes.
It's cold and it feels like Independence Day.
Good.
I can't break away from this parade.
Love the goatee.
There's got to be an opening somewhere here in front of me. Through this maze of ugliness and greed. I seen the sign up ahead at the county line bridge. Said all is good and nothing misses dead. We'll run until she's out of breath. She read until there's nothing left. She did. It's just so rich.
Give him the solo, yeah.
Just like a beat up truck, I turn the engine, but the engine doesn't turn. When it smells of cheap wine and cigarettes, this place is always such a mess. Sometimes think I'd like to watch it burn. Now I sit alone and I feel just like somebody else. Man, I ain't changed, but I know I ain't the same. Somewhere here in between these city walls of dying dreams, I think you're dead. Must be killing me.
I was about to say, I wonder if they're going to share the mic. Here we go. We're going to share the mic. That's awesome. I'm in a little bit of a tough spot here because I'm having to base my score completely on the live performance and not the song itself. I feel like we're going to have another Sultans of Swing reaction video here where I'm going to do my best to make it very clear to everybody who watches the video that I know the song. I'm familiar with the song. I like the song. I think it's a great tune. But unfortunately, I can't take the song into account. And I give a score on the live performance, on the visual, just the visual. And people just don't listen. They don't listen to the disclaimers, and then they go and they attack me, and they make themselves look like absolute nimrods because they are sitting there telling me this is one of the greatest songs ever written. I agree. I agree with them on that. If they would open their ears and listen to what I have to say, they would hear me very clearly, not once, but twice during the course of the video say, I'm not taking the song or the songwriting into account. I'm only taking the visual. And these nimrods still attack me and tell me that this is the greatest song ever written, or this is one of the greatest songs ever written. I'm not arguing that. I agree with you. And if you had listened to what I said at the beginning of the video and right before I gave the score, you would have heard me say, I like the song. I enjoy the song. I think it's a great tune. But I'm not grading the tune. This is going to be a repeat. I know it. I know it. I can already hear it in the comments. People attacking me saying, oh, this is one of the greatest songs ever written. Okay, if that's what you believe, fine. I don't know if it's one of the greatest songs ever written, but I will say it's a nice song. It is a nice song. But I'm not grading the song. I'm only grading the live performance. I can hear the comments now. I can hear the tone of their voices in their text, in their written words. I could hear the anguish and the disdain for me for saying, you know, that I don't think this is a 9, you know, come on. Anyway, I can hear it now, man. I can just hear the comments now. Anyway, let's finish this out and let's get this over with.
They must be killing me.
Let's see them share the mic. Do it.
Come on, try a little. Nothing is forever. It's got to be something better than in the middle. Be a Cinderella. Put it all together. We can drive it home with one headlight.
Nice. It's fun. It was fun to listen to. It was fun to watch. And I will absolutely give credit where credit's due. It sounded fine. Okay, they did a fine job playing the song. Oh man, I'm gonna regret this. I know I'm gonna regret this. Because people have selective hearing and they only want to hear what they want to hear. I'm just gonna have to rip off the Band-Aid. That's all I can do, man. I'm just gonna have to rip off the Band-Aid and deal with the hate because I know it's coming. I know it's coming. All right, let me get my thoughts together. I'm gonna try to figure out what I can do to, you know, get people to understand where I'm coming from on this. And I'll do my best to figure it out. I'll see you in the review. Oh, God. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was the Wallflowers and Bruce Springsteen with One Headlight, a live performance of the song One Headlight. This was a request from JFK, and this was actually one of JFK's 3 prioritized requests for the month of April for being a gold tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, JFK. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. Oh, I'm dreading this. I'm absolutely dreading this because I got a feeling we're going to have Sultans of Swing Part 2 when it comes to the comment section. I know it. People just don't listen. They hear what they want to hear. And despite the fact that I said everything I said as far as pre-framing every way, not once, but twice. Once at the beginning of the video and once right before I gave the score. Either people were skipping that part and not listening to what I had to say, or they heard what I had to say, but they weren't listening. There's a big difference. You can hear it, and it can go in one ear and right out the other, but that doesn't mean you're listening. Yeah, it just doesn't. So I'm just, and you guys, man, just go and read the comment section. Seriously, go read the comment section, and you'll see what kind of nimrods these people are, who are attacking me, telling me that this is one of the greatest songs ever written, and this is an amazing song, and it's a great song, and how dare I give it a 7? First of all, a 7. They're complaining about a 7, number one. Number two, they're talking about the song, despite the fact that I said in the reframe that I was not taking the song into account. And these people just make themselves look like fools. I'm just like, you guys are embarrassing yourselves. But in any case, I know it's gonna happen here too. I know it is. So I'm gonna brace myself, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I'm gonna do my due diligence, and I'm gonna do my best to pre-frame everyone and tell everybody how I'm coming to the score that I'm gonna give. Okay? So this is where y'all need to listen. Not hear me, listen to me. When I started the song, I wasn't 100% sure. When I heard the keyboard come in, I recognized it. I stopped the video and I said, I recognize the song. I know for a fact I've heard the song before. Since that is the case, I cannot take the song into account for the reaction in any way, shape, or form. I have to base my reaction, my evaluation of my score completely on the live performance, which unfortunately is 90% visual. Not audio, visual. What we saw on stage. The performance that we saw on stage happening. That's what I'm grading, not the song. The song is basically a complete non-factor, okay? God, so we're gonna be looking at stage presence, stage energy, stage interaction, crowd interaction, showmanship, production. That's what we're gonna be looking at. That's what my score is going to be based on. Now, after me giving that pre-frame, if you go into the comment section and you attack me for saying things like, this is a fantastic song, this is an amazing song, let's see you write a song like this, blah, 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 you clearly were not listening to what I said. At that point, I'm just going to block you. You're just going to be blocked. Because quite frankly, if you can't listen to what I have to say, if you can't listen to my explanation, if you're not going to take what I say into account and internalize it beforehand, then I'm going to be honest with you folks, you're clearly not here for me. You're clearly not here for the channel. So in all honesty, I'm sorry to sound like this, but you are not worth my time. You're just not. So I'm just gonna block it and be done with you, and I'm gonna move on. So having said all of that, let's get to the score. I am racing myself right now. On a scale of 1 to 10, oh boy, here we go. I'm gonna give that live performance a 6.1. Yep, 6.1. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
I can feel the hate already. I can already feel the hateful comments coming in. Okay, first things first, a 6.1. What does that score mean? Well, a 6.1 is a pretty good scale rating, so it's a pretty good performance. Remember, not song. A pretty good live performance. I would also give that live performance 3 out of 5 stars, and I would also equate that out to a B- letter grade. So 6.1, which equals a pretty good score, which equals 3 out of 5 stars, which equals a B- letter grade. Now, what about that sounds bad? Honestly, nothing. But yeah, people are gonna, I kid you not. Watch the comment section. Watch it. I kid you not. Now, how did I come to this score? Well, so glad you asked. As I stated several times now, I'm not taking the song into account at all. If I were to take the song into account, we'd be up in the 7s. Easily 7. But unfortunately, when I started the video, I recognized the song, and listen, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be honest, and I'm not gonna try to pretend like I've never heard the song before. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna try and fool you guys. I'm not gonna try and insult your intelligence and by pretending to do that and lie to you guys. That's not my style. I know other reactors do that. Good for them. I'm not like them. Okay? So I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I told you all straight up, as soon as I recognized it, I paused and I said, song is no longer a factor, unfortunately, because I've heard the song. All right? So I focused all of my attention on the live performance. Now, the live performance, was it bad? No, it wasn't bad. I mean, nobody turned their back, nobody sat down, nobody just stood there like a tree. Everybody was moving. They weren't moving a lot. They weren't, running around the stage, but at least they were taking steps. They were moving forward. They were moving backward. They were moving side to side. They were interacting with each other. I saw several times where several members were interacting with each other. In particular, the 2 lead vocalists, Bruce, and I don't know who the lead singer of the Wallflowers is, but in particular, the 2 of them sharing the mic. That's interaction, absolutely. The only thing I really didn't see was crowd interaction. I didn't really see any of that, and unfortunately, that's a big deal with me. Whenever you're performing live, you want to connect with the crowd. You want to interact with the crowd. You want to make the crowd feel like they're a part of the show. And the best way to do that is to interact with them. Make eye contact, point to them, gesture to them. If you're able to high five them or, shake hands with them or whatever, then by all means, try to do that, but, or get them to become part of the song, get them to clap or something. You want to interact with the crowd so you make them feel like they're a part of the show, which makes them feel noticed, which makes them feel important. And because they're going to remember that, I promise you, if you're able to make that connection with a member, even if it's just one person in the crowd, you make eye contact with them, you sing to them, you point at them. Hey, I'm singing this to you. I guarantee you, if you are able to make that connection with that person will remember that for the rest of their lives. You will have made a positive impact on that individual. Unfortunately, we didn't see any of that in this performance. Now, I know this is probably, I think this is an MTV performance. I think that was Chris Rock. Was this the MTV Video Music Awards, I think is what this was, possibly? Probably. So it's for MTV. So there's going to be some limitations, obviously, as to what you can and can't do. I'm sure NTV producers are there giving everybody an earful as to things they can say, things they can't say, things they can't do, things they can't wear. I'm sure there's a list, and they all had to read it and sign that they read it for the release and stuff like that. I'm sure there was. NTV, especially, I don't know when this was. This looks like 90s, maybe early 2000s. Boy, they were really being careful at that point. After some instances that they had with Nirvana and Pearl Jam and other bands on Unplugged and stuff like that, I'm sure they were really dotting their I's and crossing their T's by this point, making sure to protect their intellectual property as much as possible, which unfortunately ends up handcuffing a lot of acts and a lot of bands. And that may have happened here. It may very well have. They may have said, listen, don't run around the stage. Don't touch anybody in the audience, or we could have a lawsuit, or, stuff like that. I'm sure that they probably were doing stuff like that. And they may very well have been handcuffed. But unfortunately, I have to base my score on what I saw. And what I saw was pretty good. It wasn't mind-blowing. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't great. But I hesitate to say really good. If I could take the song into account, I might be able to give it a real good grade. I might be able to get up into the 7s. But unfortunately, the song's a non-factor, so I have to base it completely on what I saw. It was nice to see Bruce up there. It was nice to hear Bruce take a verse. Actually, he took 2 verses, if I'm not mistaken. That was kind of cool. He also took a guitar solo. That's really cool for 2 reasons. One, Bruce stepping in and knowing the song and singing the song and playing a guitar solo over it. A solo that fit the context of the song. That was really good. Number 2, and this often goes without being noticed or given the credit that it deserves. And I'm not going to do that. I want to give the credit where it's due. I got to give credit to the Wallflowers, in particular the lead vocalist of the Wallflowers, for taking that step back and paying homage and letting Bruce Springsteen, the legend Bruce Springsteen, have the mic. Take the verse, man. Absolutely. You're Bruce frickin' Springsteen. You want to sing the verse? Sing it. I know it's my song, but I want you to sing it, Bruce. Please sing it. You gotta give him credit for that. No ego. No ego there. I respect that. I absolutely do. It wasn't overly long. They didn't elongate the song and make it into a 6 or 7 minute long performance. They kept the song straight ahead, and they did a really nice job with their performance. They did. It was a pretty good job overall. Like I said, I saw energy. We had stage presence. We had interaction with each other on stage. Showmanship, yeah, I guess we could give him that. The only thing I didn't see was crowd interaction. Okay, and that unfortunately is the big one. That's the most important one in my book. But overall, I thought the live performance from a visual standpoint, I think it was a pretty good job. And that's why I'm giving it the pretty good scale, a very good score of 6.1. So, let's wrap everything up here in a nice shiny bow, shall we? A 6.1, pretty good scale rating, 3 out of 5 stars, and a B- letter grade. Take your pick, I don't care. Whichever one of those floats your boat. And I'm just going to say this to end, guys. If you come at me and say, this song deserves a much higher score and you don't know what you're talking about and blah, blah, blah. If you attack me for the song, I'm just going to block you. I don't even care who you are. I don't care if you've been on the channel for years. I don't care if you're brand new. If you attack me for saying the song was bad or anything like that, I'm seriously going to block you. I'm not even going to respond to you. I'm just going to block you and I'm going to move on. So there you go. Final word, final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then by all means feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.